Good evening. This is Amanda McFadden, and I'm here to talk about homeless encampments. So my research question is, how do homeless encampments affect the safety, health, and well-being of both the homeless and surrounding community? So why is this important? Well, homelessness is increasing, and cities are facing difficult decisions about issues involving the public safety, health, housing, and even human dignity. So the research goals in this are: what is the purpose? Why are we worrying about this? How encampments affect safety and sanitation for both the community and the public. The impacts it has on unhoused individuals, and the identity to identify fair and humane solutions to homelessness. So the research approach that I used was news articles, research studies, government information, civil rights perspectives in ACLU, community interviews. I proposed some interview questions myself, and a video discussing long-term housing solutions. The method that I wanted to try was to compare the different viewpoints, to compare how it all came together. So what are homeless encampments? Well, they are tents or groups of tents or temporary shelters where the homeless people live. They form when shelters are at capacity or full. They can provide community support and safety for unhoused individuals. They develop in public parks, in lots, like parking lots, under bridges, and other public spaces. So what are the key issues that we're facing? Well, big one, safety and sanitation. There have been concerns of health, trash accumulation, hazards, blocked sidewalks, and it is the responsibility of the government to keep the public spaces safe. What are the effects of sweeping an encampment? It is the loss of belongings and community for the unhoused individuals. They don't actually solve homelessness, and they do increase the instability. In tent removals, in the tent city removal, which is in Harrisburg, they cleared the way to make room for the I-83 expansion program, and they increased pressure on local shelters. So more shelters didn't have room for the influx of the homeless that had to come. In human and community, it provided a sense of community and belonging, and residents might lose their relationships and their support systems. So the voices from the community is a quote from Yavonia Miles. "We're still out there in the cold sometimes because we have nowhere to go." And why does this quote matter? Well, it shows that there's a continued housing insecurity, and it's difficult to find stable shelter. There have been gaps in service that have been available. So how can communities protect people while addressing the concerns of the public? Controversies that we face. Should an encampment be removed? Well, the supporters believe that it should be removed to help with the community. And honestly, homelessness is not just about housing. So the opposers believe that human rights and public safety. The public wants a safe and clean public space. They want safe insanity or sanitation. But individuals need shelter. They need dignity and stability. Temporary and long-term solutions. Cities have been focusing on clearing encampments, but a lot of people are arguing that permanent housing and support services should come first before the cities sweep the encampments. So what do we propose the solutions be? Well, we could increase affordable housing. We could expand shelter capacity, but that also involves having to have more volunteers. We could provide mental health and addiction services, create housing programs. Even if it's simplified housing programs, we could still create them. We can connect unhoused residents with employment assistance to get them jobs, or try to get them jobs. We could give the homeless an advance notice that what's going to happen. And we can look into long-term permanent housing solutions. So in conclusion, homeless encampments can create both benefits and challenges. Some of the challenges include safety concerns and sanitation issues, but the benefits are like the support and safety for unhoused individuals. They also allow for social networking. But having a balanced solution that will protect both the public and unhoused individuals with dignity, and also focus on long-term housing opportunities. These were the references I used for my research, and I hope you learned a little bit about homeless encampments as much as I did. And I hope if you ever come across something, maybe you could volunteer. Maybe you just think about how it all happens and what their thoughts and feelings are in the matter. Thank you.